We're here at Christ Congregational Church, UCC, on Pleasant Street in Brockton, talking to Philip Jones, who's the music director here and the organist. And on March 24th and 25th, the American Guild of Organists Southeast Massachusetts chapter is going to host a Mendelssohn festival. The first part will be in Easton at a Lutheran church there, and then on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, choirs and others will gather here for choral music of Mendelssohn. So we'll talk to Philip about the concert and also a little bit about Felix Mendelssohn.
Mendelssohn was a great 19th century German composer who happened to spend a lot of his life in England also. And at the end of March, there's going to be a Mendelssohn festival sponsored by the American Guild of Organists. And on Saturday, the 24th of March, at Holy Trinity Church in Easton, there's going to be a splendid concert of all Mendelssohn's organ music. And he wrote much organ music. And the following day, at Christ Congregational Church, which is the church we are here, there will be a choral and instrumental concert featuring some of his music from Elijah, one of his oratorios, and the famous cantata Hear My Prayer, which has got the song Oh for the Wings of a Dove, which many people have fallen in love with over the years. And so we've got two great concerts coming up, one on the Saturday, which will be 3 o'clock, and the following day on the Sunday, which will be 4 o'clock. The admission is free, so come along and hear some of the great 19th century romantic organ music. Mendelssohn was a child prodigy. He was one of the most gifted children in all musical history. And he had a great career himself as a composer, and he also rediscovered the music of Bach, which had been really dormant for about 100 years. And Mendelssohn unearthed some great manuscripts of Bach, and he gave the first performance for about 100 years of the St. Matthew Passion. And because of his interest in Bach, that led to Mendelssohn learning the organ himself so he could play Bach. And then as a result, of course, he wrote his own music. He wrote 6 wonderful sonatas and some other music as well. And that quickly became established as some of the finest music written for the organ since the time of Bach. Mendelssohn spent quite a lot of time in England, as a result of which he was influenced by the English choral tradition, which is very strong. And after the time of Handel, who wrote, of course, not only Messiah, but many other great oratorios, Mendelssohn himself eventually wrote another great oratorio, this time Elijah. And Elijah quickly became very popular. It had a rave reception at its first performance. And we will be singing several pieces from Mendelssohn's Elijah, which is very dramatic music. It's very colourful, and it illustrates the biblical text very strongly. For instance, the earthquake, the wind, and the fire, when Elijah was listening for the voice of God, which eventually comes as a still small voice. But before that, Mendelssohn unleashes all the orchestra and the chorus in a dramatic outburst illustrating those words from the Bible. Here at Christ Church, we have a tradition of performing solemn and serious religious music during Lent of various sorts. And the Mendelssohn concert is equally solemn. It's high-minded music, but also very melodious, and it is suitable for a Lenten concert.